Okay, let me say product of sums. Then remember SOP stands for sum of products, right? So what is the difference between the two? So product of sums. So it means we're getting the product of sums, and sums are results of additions, right? So it means that we have A plus B plus C plus D, right? For product of sums, we have this multiplied by something. A plus B plus C plus D, right? This is what we have. This is sums here. You see sums, this is a sum and this is a sum. So this is a sum here, a sum. Remember, a sum is a result of addition, right? A sum, and this is a sum here. So now we are getting the products of sums, product of sums. So the product is the multiplication of the result of these additions, right? So together we call it product of sums, right? And then SOP is sum of products. So products is the result of multiplication. So instead of addition here, we're going to multiply A, B, C, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, right? So this is SOP. So what is SOP? Sum of products, right? So A multiplied by B multiplied by C multiplied by D. This makes a product, right? Because a product is the result of multiplication, right? So now we are getting the sum of those products. So this is the first product, for example, the first product, and then this is the second product, right? So the result of that is sum of products. So you have the SOP form and then you have the POS form, right? So in this case, we are looking at the POS form. So convert the normal POS function to standard POS function from the equation function. So standard, what does standard mean? So we need to ask ourselves, what does standard mean? So standard, if they're giving us a domain expression here, the domain expression is ABCD. From this, we can tell that we have 4 variables, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're just going to look for a missing variable, and then we write down both possibilities for that missing variable. For example, if D is missing, we're going to say D, but now, like in this case, we're gonna say D, then, but we won't know what D is, so it's gonna be D and D naught, right? So this is similar to expanded form. Expanded form is just that we were in SOP format, right? So we'll do both examples. I know we have done expanded form, but I just want you guys to see the difference between the two. Okay, let's start with the first term. So let's do it the same way we do expanded form so that you don't get to learn something new. So we can say 4. This is A naught, or B, or C. Stop. For this one, we know what is missing. What is missing? So we can say D is missing, right? D is missing. So D, which is missing, it's D. So the D that's missing can either be D or D naught, right? Right. Remember, we don't know what D is. We don't know. We can just think. We don't know. So we can say A now. So we're going to say this is equals to A plus B plus C plus D, right? For the first term. And again, Now for the D naught, so is this whole term here, A, B, okay, so it was A naught, we know this is always A naught, A naught BC, A naught BC, and with the D, and then A naught BC, A naught BC with the D naught, right? So this is for this term, So we're done for this term, right? So now the second term, let's say 4B plus C plus D. So this is B naught, this is D naught, right? So here we know that, for example, A is missing, right? So remember our domain expression is ABCD, right? So we know that A is missing, so this is going to be A is missing. So, but we have two possibilities for A. So which is A naught, right? A naught. So for this term, I almost said the expanded version of this is going to be, but here we can say, just for proper wording, we can say the standard form will be A, B, C, D, right? So it will be, this was not B, not D. So this will be the first term, right? With the A. Then we need the second term. So the second term as well is going to be A, B, C, D. So we know from the domain expression from this term, it was B naught, D naught. Okay, so we know A, the first A should be low, right? And then the second A, sorry, the first A should be high, and the second A should be low, right? So we have these two to put this term in standard form. So the standard form, it basically just means that we saw that A is missing. We had two possibilities, A, and then we had not A. So it gave us two terms here, right? Because there were four variables, the standard form means we always have to have four variables because they are our domain expression, right? The domain for the expression A, B, C, D. All right. So for the last one, we have A, B naught, C naught, D, right? So for all right. So A not B, not C, right? Not B, not C. So for this one, A, B, C, D, we have all the variables here. So nothing is missing, right? So nothing is missing. So this one is already in its standard form. So our answer then becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it becomes, so we need to have 5 terms. Four, 5. So we know, let's just start with this last one since it's closer. We know this is not B, not C. So it's this term we're done with this term. So we here not A, not B, not D, not A, not B, not D. We here now not B, not D, right? Not B, not D. Yes. Not B, not D. Then we are here. The first one was not A and not A, not D. Not A and not A, not D. So this is not A, not A, not D, right? So this is basically the SOP form for this expression, right? Any questions regarding this one before I move to expanded form? All right, okay, I don't see any questions. Let's do expanded form. Let's look for an expanded form question. Okay. All right, so let's look for an expanded form question. So we did that. So you see that can be like 10 marks, right? So that's why the SOP form is also good, right? You need to know it. So 2 marks for each term, okay. De Morgan, expanded form. So here's the expanded form. So let's do this. So I have seen this pattern that they like asking the standard SOP and expanded form, right? So this can be, you can see it's 16 marks. It was 16 marks in this paper, but it can be 20 marks. Do you understand? So that's why you will need to know this. And this is very easy, guys. There's no calculations here. Come on. What's wrong with my... Okay, it's fine. So now here, write the expanded terms for the expression. BCD. So here we can see that we had BCD, then there's an A as well. So how many variables do we have? We have 4 variables, right? So our domain expression is basically A, B, C, D. Here's the A. A, B, C, D. Or here's the A, B, C, D, right? So now we're going to check what is missing. Start with that. So let's do it the same way. So I just want us to follow, to have one standard so that it becomes easier for everyone. For BCD, we know that A is missing. A is missing. For BCD, A is, okay, yeah, I'm right. A is missing. So A is missing will give us A and not A, right? So there will be 2 possibilities, right? So now this term will be A, B, C, D. Remember, this is SOP, sum of products, right? Look at the difference. You see, here's the difference. This one, it had pluses in between the variables. This one, multiplication in between the variables, right? So here we will have A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. But now we know A, it's low here. The first one must be high. The second one can be low, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. Okay, great stuff. So now we here for ABC, for ABC. So we know here I know this is not, guys, let me, for A, all right, so for A, B not, C not, D is missing. So the D that's missing, we know it can be D, it can be high, or it can be the low D, right? Okay, so this ends up giving us A, B, C, D. Let me just do this just to be able to type fast, A, B, C, D. So our term was not here, not B, not C, right? So now with the high D, right? Not B, not C, with the high D. So here we know this is not B, not C, right? But this has a low D. So here are our two possibilities, right? Then we go to the last one, AB, not C, or AB, not C. So what do we see here? We can see that D is missing as well, right? D is missing. So it will be D and not D, right? D, D not. Okay. So this will then be A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Then this will be not B, not D. And then here, B, wacht net 'n bietjie, let me, okay, sorry, it's only not C. Let me just fix this. Yeah, here it is A, B, C not, and here C not, right? Okay, so now the first one, the D is high, and the second one, the D is low, right? So our answer will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our final answer will then be A, B, C, D. So it will have 6 terms. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, 6. All right. Then we know this will be D. I'm starting from the bottom. D, C, and then C not here. So here, not D, not C, not B. And then here, not B, not C. And then the last one, this one. Okay, A not, this one. So like I said, as you can see here, the concept is pretty much the same. You just look for the missing variable. You will include that variable. It will have two possibilities. It will either be high or low, right? So this is basically the standard form, changing anything to the standard form. It's just that here they will call it expanded form, right? Expanded terms for SOP, and then for POS they'll just say the standard POS form, right? Okay, any questions here? Let me stop the recording in the meantime. Any questions with that?